Okay, let's check out the new characters. Let's see, Medicine Ruin, yeah, we already checked. Yeah, chapter 2, new enemies. Yeah, wait, let's go back if I missed anything. Maybe not. Okay, I'm not gonna check out everything. Yeah, there's Jack Splatter, Ice Shark. Oh, Shipwreck Shark. Yeah, that's pretty good. Merc Squid. When did I met her? I don't remember ever fighting this enemy. I don't know. Maybe I've seen her but never fought her. That's kind of weird. Drowned Sailor. Colossal Ruin. Oh man. Yeah, that looks pretty threatening indeed. Mock Turtle. Carpenter. Walrus and Teeth. Fish couple. Octopus. Music fish. Oyster Starlet. The mayor, which has been killed off. Turtle chest? What? Sometimes the treasure you seek are just out of reach, evading your grasp as if they have a mind of their own. What the hell? I never seen these. They're kind of new. The Yeti! Yeah, don't forget about the Yeti. Yeah. Piranha. Alright, Drifting Ruins. Oh, those are Drifting Ruins. Never mind. Man, I was way off right there. So yeah. Oh, I actually unlocked every character in chapter 2 that we can check. That's kind of interesting. Alright. Troubling Visions. Oh, we haven't gotten anything for chapter 1, the visions, but we do have some. Yeah, most. I think all of them in chapter 2. Let's check them out. Yeah, it's like the art gallery with, you know, illustrations of things. Yeah, there's like, I guess the Looking Glass line. And I guess this is like the map of the town. Yeah, there's like the Sinning Fish somewhere. Oh, at the top left, there's the ship of Mock Turtle's ship. And I think this is like the shipwreck of the ship. There's the little town. There's the Sinning Fish. I already showed that. I don't see any other hidden thing over there. Yeah, whatever. Oh, there's the other illustration of the Looking Glass line. Alice and one of those sharks. And the town, and what's that over here? I'm not sure. And I guess this is like the graveyard, as we saw earlier. There's Alice right there swimming. Okay. And this is like some sort of like tornado-shaped tree. A door and some eels, I think. Alright, that's it with those illustrations. Theatricals, yeah. We know those. Yeah, two new animations, theatricals from chapter 3. And right now, just as a separate, wait, if I can, oh wait, I need to go back to the Esther content to actually do this, like read, like, Alice's past matters. So I'm actually going to do this in a separate video. I'm not going to be counting this into chapter 2. I'm just going to do the, actually, if I have time for this part, I actually am going to include it. If not, then I'm just going to show it in a separate video of chapter 3. After I finish reading that, I'll just, stop it right there. So yeah. Yeah, in this one. View Alice's history here. Yeah, 6 pages. I don't know. Oh, it does scroll. Yeah, there's more. I think you actually can scroll with the mouse instead of like pressing next. Okay, I'll just read it for you right here instead of just reading it for yourself, I guess. I'm not really a great reader, like a listener when I'm reading, but I'll try. I'll still read just for your like entertainment. If you're gonna stick around, I'm just gonna read this and gonna stop the video. If you're not here, like, if you don't want to hear just like past matters because you already know it, or you don't want it because you don't want to, then just stop the video right there, because I'm not going to do anything else. Okay, let's just start the reading. Notes extracted from the casebook of Hieronymus Wilson, Rutledge Asylum. On November 5th, 1863, Alice Litter was severely burned in a fire that destroyed her family home in Oxford and took the lives of her parents and her older sister, Lizzie. While the girl's seared skin gradually healed during a year of hospitalization, the trauma caused by her family's horrific demise deepened. The orphan's condition swung from comatose to uncontrollably hysterical, and back in the course of a given hour. Learned medical opinion deemed her a danger to herself, and an indefinite term of institutional confinement was ordered. At her preliminary examination at Routledge on November 11, 1864, Alice, presented as deaf, dumb, and blind to stimulation, she seemed, in the brutal expression of the practice, in trading for the coffin. Only her age saved her from immediate assignment to the notorious Bedlam catacombs. Despite insensible passivity, preternatural quietness, and evident dementia, a course of treatment was prescribed. During the first 6 months of 1865, she was subjected to all the best contemporary remedies without result. Cold plaster sessions and bloodletting were ineffective. Not sure. Ineffective something. I can't read this part. And over here. Were ineffective and unproductive. Applications of experimental shock apparatus useless. Likewise, massive doses of laudanum in a desperate toss, restraints including a straitjacket. Okay. Solitary confinement, sensory deprivation, confiscation of her toy rabbit, and cancellation of afternoon tea were tried and failed completely. She would not respond. She did not resist treatment or in any way react to it. She simply ignored it. She shut down completely and shut out of the world. Shortly after the diagnosis of demented was confirmed, she fell into a comatose state. Despite her mental infirmity, she appeared physically fit. Staff remained hopeful, not to say optimistic, that she would regain her balance. Her bodily functions were reasonably attended to, but there were pitifully few signs of recovery. Then, in the autumn of 1873, after 8 years of fitful sleep, Alice spoke by drawing. Her first picture was an alarming cat, but only bouts of angry, incomprehensible screaming and hysterical sobbing followed this dubious opening of communication. She became intermittently convulsive and had to be sedated frequently. From time to time, various medicinal, preparations and chemical potions were forcibly administered to little effect, and she required more than verbal encouragement to eat. Something that did look like progress occurred in late November of that year. While her inarticulate mutterings and screams continued. She responded, if not appropriately, at least comprehensibly to her surroundings. When grossly insulted by ward orderlies, the superintendent's imbecile nephews, Alice, without warning, scared off one of the twins with her furious attack. She handled her spoon like a knife and made the other bleed like a stuck pig. But then she turned the makeshift weapon on her own wrist. Fortunately, that prevented her from doing terrible physical damage to herself, but she regressed to her previous state. Days of silence, sometimes sketching fantastical scenes and characters, spouting senseless poetry, then incomprehensible raving catatonic trances and unintelligible shouts and groans. Suddenly, in spring of this year, there was a change. She began to speak. Civil, then vulgar, declarative, then cryptic speech, in and out of her own chaotic, violent, deranged, and terrifying dream world. But the periods of lucidity grew longer. She became confidential. She shared some of her sadness, her grief over loss of family and herself. But most often, she droned on and on with about fantastical visions. These delusions had no reality, of course, but conversation makes a connection with the world. This was a significant development. Cogent, but often disconnected and to me meaningless, talk about Wonderland, tea parties, and fungiferous forests, boojums, jack bombs, snarks, demon dice, and the dastardly Red Queen was nonetheless encouraging. Though her moods ran the gamut from despondent gloom to vicious anger to confident calm, this was a positive prospect. But the emergence of a normal Alice occurred. Alice was not to be. Throughout the summer and into the autumn, she seemed to vacillate between fantasy and reality. By October, my own health failing, I recognized I had done everything I was capable of doing for her. After a decade of treatment, having addressed her psychic condition with a full array of our age's therapies, she had emerged from her catatonia, but we didn't know why. Yeah. I once thought the drug regimen had been effective. Now I vigorously doubt it. Reunification with her childhood toy. It turns out that Rabbit was a stand-in for the original, which disappeared years ago. Something I said. She did nothing at my command, instruction, entreaty, or request. To the extent she was cured, I believe, cured herself. I don't know. Did that make any sense? I don't know. As she appeared more or less stable, though plagued by hallucinations that frustrated more than frightened her, I succumbed to the superintendent's entreaties. As further cure seemed doubtful, further confinement was deemed a waste of everyone's time. Lacking family and friends, but possessed of a small inheritance, she left Rutledge in November, depressed but committed to the struggle for her sanity. Nurse Witless found her in a situation with Dr. Bumby, and Alice was released to his care at the Hanstage Home and Refuge for wayward youth in the East End. I wish them both well. Okay, that's your Alice's history right there, folks. I'm sorry for my reading right there. I'm not really that good of a reader, but as you read right there, if you actually like muted the audio and actually read right there, you would actually see how much Alice has experienced throughout her life. So yeah, that's pretty sad right there. It's pretty scary, frightening, and really depressing. Okay, that's the end of this recording. That's the end of my recording session of chapter 3, so I'll see you guys next time on Let's Play Alice Madness Returns Blind. See you guys later.